Move 'em out!
Move them out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
It tastes better. All right, let's get to the phone lines. Murph till 2. By the way, each hour I will have a chance for you to win a pair of tickets to the 2008 Score Head of the Year show. So all you need is our famous contest line in a little while. I'll give it to you now, 591-6700. We'll do that between now and 1 and then again before 2. But it's lunchtime. It's beefs. It's Browns. It tastes better lunchtime and Browns and beefs. It goes hand in hand. Let's get to the phones. As always, for the best beefs, you'll win a trip to the best beefs. Italian beef, Italian sausage, meatball sandwiches, Maxwell Street Polish, lunchtime at Brown's. It tastes better. They are the best. Let's bring up Patrick from Uptown. Hello, Patrick.
Yeah, I got a beef with the Comcast broadcast of the Blackhawks games.
Yes, sir, Patrick.
I'm a big fan of Eddie Olczyk, Chicago boy, but you know what? That other bum that's doing the play-by-play, they got to get rid of him. They got to get rid of him soon, too.
Yeah, you know, Patrick, you could not be more correct. We're going to Browns. It's an embarrassment right now, and John McDonough, I'm sure, will clean up whatever he has to. Patrick, hang on, okay, buddy?
All righty.
Way to get me rolling. And you know what? The fella doing the games on TV, I don't even remember his name, doesn't matter. Sure, he's a nice guy, probably a wonderful family man, and he's probably a very good national broadcaster, rent-a-mouth type guy. But you know what? There's zero passion. When the Hawks scored the other day, he goes, they score! Not we score, the Hawks score, they score! He doesn't even know, probably, you know, if he's doing a national game or a local game. But Johnny McDonough and Jay Blanc, they'll get that worked out by next year. You know, one step at a time. 312-644-6767. You gotta love What's Your Beef. Gotta love Browns because it tastes better. Hey, you checked out the new Jumbo Buffalo Wings at Browns? Bigger wings, bigger taste. You know, they're flying off the shelves at Browns. Let's bring up, Psycho from Westchester. Heard him on the promo the other day. Hello, Psycho.
Hey, Murph, how you doing, buddy, again?
Oh, Psycho, heard you all day Monday with some of the promos we've been running here, and you're ready to roll in now with a beef. Psycho, what's your beef?
My beef is I read in the newspaper, Major League Baseball gave $3 million to USOC in a fight for anti-doping. I'm like, last year, how much did Major League Baseball make, Murph? Only $3 million they gave?
Well, you know what?
Do they want to cure the doping in baseball? Would they give more money than $3 million?
Yes. Psycho, you're exactly right. And you know what? It breaks down to, what does it work out to, $100,000 per team or something, right? $100,000 times 30. They're each giving $100,000 to try to stop the biggest problem that the league has had since, the gambling scandal back in the early part of the last century. Nice job, Psycho. You're going to go visit my friends at Browns, all right?
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Hang on. Send Psycho over to Browns as long as he hasn't won anything in the last 60 days, I believe is our rule. Everybody's eligible. Hey, over the weekend, did you have your Browns $49 football party special? Man, you have the guys over. You get the chicken, the golden delicious Browns chicken, the famous pasta, the Italian beef, the Italian sausage, and then you get the French bread rolls, peppers, giardiniera. Oh, man. Everyone over to your house. Check it out at brownschicken.com. Order it up. $49 football party special. Got a lot of people coming over. Get two of them. It's still $98. Well under $100. Let's go to Joe is at Carphone. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Murph. How you doing? First-time beefer.
Hey, I love my first-time beefers. What's your beef?
All right, I have no problem with Congress doing this with baseball, but my problem is, they've known they were going to be on, it was going to be publicized on TV, the whole thing. Wouldn't it be nice if they pronounced the names the right way, do a little homework? I mean, they said Bud Selig's name wrong, and they said Rafael Palmeiro's name wrong, and then they brought up, how we have the Black Sox? They brought them up as the Chicago Blackhawks, one of the congressmen.
Come on. Now, you're talking about the hearing that's going on right now.
Yes,
Selig and Mitchell, Donald Fear, Bud Selig, Tejada, and somebody else. Well, the least that the Congress or the representatives should be able to do is pronounce the names correctly. You're telling me they mispronounced Bud Selig, right?
They mispronounced, the one lady mispronounced his last name. Another gentleman got up and brought up the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, man.
8 positional player shortstop, but then he later on said the Chicago White Sox. So maybe he should have read through his whole little spiel there and corrected his mistakes, or at least taken the time to learn how to pronounce the different names the right way.
Well, that's embarrassing, and it also limits their credibility. Hey, how about this? 3 in a row, a hat trick. You're going to Browns. Hang on, Joe.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh, man, everyone's going to Browns. Why? Because it's lunchtime, and it tastes better. Murph till 2. Let's set up another bank of phone calls. We'll return with more beefing. Oh, I just found out that we are going to be able to, for you, in the 1 o'clock hour on the Murph Show, replay major portions of John Paxson and Mike North this morning on The Score. Miss a little, miss a lot. Sports Radio 670. Murph, driven to you by ChevyDriveChicago.com.
That's a beef.
Hey, use the hammers the pros use. The professionals use Estwing hammers. They're famous for their shock reduction grip and unsurpassed durability. Made right here in the U.S. of A., forged out of U.S. steel since 1923. Estwing. Let's get back to the phone lines. What's your beef? Every Tuesday, our friends at Brown's. Lunchtime, the beef sandwiches. You're driving right now. Hey, there's 50 Brown's locations, one up ahead on the right. There it is. Pull in an Italian beef, an Italian sausage, put them together, call it a combo, the favorite of Brown's president Frank Portillo. Let's bring up Andy on the north side of Chicago. Hello, Andy.
Hello, Murph.
Oh, Andy, so many beef, so little time, you know what I mean?
Here's my beef,
Yeah,
Murph.
yeah.
The offensive line of the Bears stinks.
No, Andy, they haven't played in 2-3 weeks. You're still beefing about the Bears, aren't you?
Yeah. Can we get a tackle in the first round?
Well, we better get a lot of things. We need about 32 picks on the first round, don't we?
You're not kidding.
Thanks a lot. Call again, okay, Andy?
Okay, Murph.
I like your beefs, buddy. Let's bring in Zion. It's Fred. Hello, Fred.
How you doing, Murph? My beef, Murph, is with fans who don't care about steroids in baseball. You know, because they want to see a 550-foot homer.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the case, they should use Super Balls instead of baseballs and have them aluminum bats. You might lose a couple pitchers in the process, but according to these fans, it'd be great for them.
Yeah, and you know, they never talk about the fact that whatever the percentage is, Fred, we'll never know. You know, what percentage of the clean guys out there are competing on an unlevel playing field? And if you're going to pay $30, $40, $100 for a ticket these days, wouldn't you like to think it was pretty much a fair, equal battle?
Right, and you like to think of guys that we watched when we were kids, like Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks is still the Cubs' home run champ. They're not these guys, not these clowns.
How many homers would Ernie Banks have hit if he were all doped up on HGH and steroids? He hit 47 2 times MVP for last place type team. How many homers for Ernie, do you guess?
About 850.
In 1 year?
Probably.
Nicely done, Fred. Good beef, buddy. I appreciate it.
It's either home run or nothing.
Ernie, it is either home run or nothing.
It's either home run or nothing.
I know. Scott's on the north side of Chicago. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Murph, how are you?
Fine, man. What's your beef?
Hey, that last beef was pretty good, I got to tell you. That was hilarious.
It was.
And I thought he was going to say $1 million or something, but anyway.
That was in 1 year.
Yeah, in 1 year.
Right.
Okay, this is my beef. The NFL, man. I mean, think about it. In the NFL, you build a new stadium like a dome, like the Roller Dome or that place in Detroit, and you get a Super Bowl there, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, who in the hell would want to go to Detroit for a Super Bowl in the wintertime with a dome? We built a, $700 million stadium here in Chicago?
And we is the appropriate word because the taxpayers fronted it, and then the NFL is slowly paying for it. McCaskey's paid about, I think I read 10% out of pocket. But go ahead, you're on a roll.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yeah.
This is a deal, though.
I mean,
they're playing the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship games that mean as much as the Super Bowl in a lot of ways. And then they're going to go play in in a warm climate. Why don't they, if they're playing these games, half the games are actually being played in cold weather, why don't they have a Super Bowl in Chicago?
Well,
Chicago rocks,
right.
man.
You see, you're a man after my own heart. First of all, they're going to say, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%, but here's what they're going to tell you and me.
Yeah, go.
They're going to say, well, you know what? We're bringing in the big clients and people coming from around the world, and they have to be able to walk around and all that
We
jazz.
have nice hotels, and we have the best restaurants.
And you know what? All the money that the taxpayers here poured into that, you're exactly right. How come Chicago doesn't throw the bone right here and let the economy here get one taste after all the money that the taxpayers threw in to build the damn flying saucer?
Damn right, and I agree with you. And you put a dome out there. I mean, they're inside, they're all nice and comfortable and warm, and they're playing with each other, whatever they're doing. And then the next thing you notice, they got to go outside of Detroit and go out to dinner and stay at these crappy hotels in Detroit. We got everything here in Chicago.
Yeah. There you go. Just because Detroit had a dome, they got it and we don't. You're going to Browns. Hey, load up on some great lunchtime specialties at Browns. All right, Scott?
Thanks, Murph. I appreciate it.
All right, hook up my guy Scott on the north side. You know what? I just reading Super Bowl. Listen to this. 1 in 4 Americans last year attended a Super Bowl party. 1 out of 10 actually throw a bash at their own place. This according to National Retail Federation. You know what that means? Browns $49 football party special. Start thinking now about the Super Bowl this weekend. Why don't you invite some of your friends over? You owe them one. Or you know what? A big party. $49 football party special at Browns. Just go to brownschicken.com. Find the nearest Browns. Order ahead. And you know what? You're the king. You're the big shot. You're the boss. Everyone loves you because you're throwing the big party. A lot of people coming over. 2 of them. $98 for 2 of the big football party specials. The chicken, all the sandwiches, the famous pasta. Man, it tastes better. CB from MG. Morton Grove. Hey, CB.
Well, hello, Murph.
How are you? What's your beef?
I tell you, it's in the fine tradition of Browns, it's a double beef.
A double beef, almost like a combo, right?
That it is, Murph.
Go ahead.
My first beef, though, and don't take this wrong, it's with you.
Go ahead.
Well, you gave me a trip to Browns back in July, and I felt like I'd earned it. It made me feel really special.
Uh-huh.
But now, I've been listening all this time, haven't called since July, and you gave out 3 consecutive beefs, Murph, and you just sent the last guy, too. Now, if you send me, maybe I'll rescind my beef, but you've just been beefing everyone today.
I've been beefing everyone. Your beef is that you haven't won a beef since the summer.
Well, I guess that could be a beef. You want to get my other beef?
Well, you got 2 beefs. You're a very popular guy. Go ahead.
All right. I'm no longer actually Morton Grove, CB. I'm down in Normal, where my alma mater is located, and they're having a heck of a basketball season, but no one's paying attention. It never gets mentioned. So the beef is with the Chicago media.
Well, the Chicago media is worried about John Paxson and the Bulls and the Blackhawks and the Bears and the Cubs and the Sox. Go down to Bloomington. They'll be talking about the ISU Cardinals.
Now, Cardinal Murph. Come on. It's the Redbirds.
The Redbirds, the Cardinals. CB.
13-3, undefeated in conference.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it very much. If we're going to talk anything, it'll be the poor doggies. They're not doing well. Appreciate it, CB. Phew, man, CB wore my ass out. Rob from Hyde Park. Hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up, Murph? I'm a long-time listener.
What's your beef?
My beef's about Mark McGwire and how he's being treated on the radio waves. They always throw him under the bus with Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds.
Throw them all under the bus. Thank you. Let's go to Minnesota. Dave, what's your beef?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing real quick, Murph. 29 days till pitchers and catchers report.
Oh, the 4 greatest words in sports. Pitchers and catchers report.
That's a beautiful thing.
What's your beef?
My beef is with T.O. You know what? This is a guy that sits there and criticizes all his coaches and all his players and this and that. All of a sudden, I watched all the interviews after the games, and he's the only one that cried, and he cried because his little buddy went with Jessica Simpson to Mexico.
Yeah, they didn't.
Are you kidding me?
They didn't ask him to go along.
That's no good.
What's your beef? Go visit my friends at Browns. You know it tastes better.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.